And good morning, I'm Brian Moore, and thank you for watching KBOI2 News Midday. Now to your top 11 stories at 11. A two-alarm fire snarled traffic during the morning commute in Boise. It happened along Boise Avenue. A duplex caught fire. Firefighters shut down Boise Avenue just southeast of Beacon between Highland and Hale. Nobody was hurt in that fire, but 6 people are displaced. One man had to be taken to the hospital due to chest pains. And folks near Riggin are being told to flee. An evacuation has been called. That's because the TP fire is on the move. It's now grown to 40 square miles. That's an 11 square mile jump just from yesterday. Fire managers say the fire is making runs through the tops of trees and has long-range spotting with embers shooting out ahead. 600 firefighters are battling the blaze and working to protect structures, build fire lines, and use burnouts to try and slow down that fire. A group of U of I football players sidestepped the law after they apparently took $400 worth of clothing from a campus store. The Moscow Pullman Daily News reporting the team members were caught on video. Coach Petrino was contacted to help identify the players. The coach got the merchandise back and returned it. The Moscow Police Department has decided not to file any charges. And remember the case of the Black Cliffs graffiti where somebody spray painted a prom invitation to a girl named Destiny? The Ada County Sheriff's Office says investigators have interviewed more than a dozen girls named Destiny, but still have not identified a suspect. Deputies say now that school is back in session, they are continuing to investigate. Anyone with information is asked to call Crime Stoppers at 343-COPS. And distracted driving and more teens on the roads make summer the deadliest time of the year. Officials call the stretch from Memorial Day to Labor Day the 100 deadliest days. So far this summer in Idaho, there have been 59 deadly crashes. So KBOI TV teamed up with the Idaho Transportation Department to try to cut down on those numbers. It's an app called Drive Safe Mode. When the app is activated, teens cannot send or receive texts on the phone.
I think it's a great idea.
Yeah, definitely. I totally agree with that.
Teenagers are stuck to their phones and they feel like this weird attachment to them. So if you could disable it, it would be awesome.
AAA says Idaho teens are 2.7 times more likely to crash compared to other drivers. And Senator Rand Paul is coming to Boise today. The Republican presidential candidate set to speak at 11:30 at Boise State. You can watch it on the web, KBOI2.com. We're going to be streaming it. Senator Paul will also speak at the Nampa Civic Center this afternoon at 2:45. The BLM is also getting ready to round up wild horses impacted by that soda fire. More than 280 horses were gathered up to ensure their health and safety during winter months. The animals will stay at the Boise Wild Horse Corrals until the rangeland recovers. And the soda fire is out. Now attention has turned to rehabilitating the land. 350,000 acres burned, nearly all of it prime habitat for sage grouse. The BLM director has a joint task force working on a plan to give Mother Nature a hand, but the process is expected to take decades, and he says it will cost more than $10 million. And after 2 journalists were gunned down in Virginia on live television by a former employee, a memorial grew overnight outside the WDBJ newsroom in Roanoke. Some videos that have emerged are very graphic, and people are dealing with a range of emotions who've watched them. Local mental health counselors say viewing them could cause secondary trauma.
So that initial response of horror and fear or anger, those are all normal responses, normal human responses to a traumatic situation.
Best advice, don't click on the videos if you see them. If you already did and experienced bad feelings for a few days, the recommendation is to seek the help of a counselor. And police are asking for the public's help searching for a driver who hit a bicyclist. This happened on August 11th near the intersection of South Cadiz Way and East Warm Springs Avenue. Officers say the driver came upon the bicyclist, got out of his car and punched the cyclist in the face, then ran over the bike. Police are looking for a gray or silver car, possibly a model year 2000 or later. The F-15E Strike Eagles at Gowan Field are heading home. The first of the fighter jets took off yesterday bound for Mountain Home Air Force Base. Now the rest of the fleet leaves later today. The jets were temporarily stationed in Boise while work was done on the base's runway.